All right, welcome back everyone to episode 6 of the highs and lows here on YouTube for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. As we're going to jump straight into a Dom on Favela here. Slowed the first clip down a little bit, and this guy got absolutely world starred. So we're starting off on a hot note. Unfortunately, we did start on a hot note. First game with this gun, 20-9. Although the second game wasn't quite as successful as the first one. So we get 1, we get 2, and we do get 3. But as we're going to see right here, it's not all rainbows with this gun. So we shoot some circles around that guy, and I believe we end up finishing that map 23-30. So really a fall from grace from the first 20-9. Hopefully we can keep things up in high-rise hardpoint. We do end up getting a nice little kill there, end up looking down, see another one, and then I believe we're trying to get this third guy, but unfortunately the bullets weren't registering, or I was missing. But not too long after, we hear a guy up top of us, get a kill with the pistol, look down, end up finishing off this other guy, and then ended up piecing with a nice little 3-piece there to get things closed out. As we do finish, as we're finishing up the game right here, you can see game winding down. We're able to get a nice little 3-piece there that we consider ourselves lucky. I mean, we were able to get it in the final kill cam. So you'll always take those when you can get them. As we end up finishing the high-rise hardpoint with 34-19, and we were actually able to get the first camo unlocked at the end of that game, which I believe was the 50 kills. So we were able to get some progress there. Here you can see I'm trying to get the assassination on this guy, but my buddy Luke he had other plans and decided to rain on my parade on that one. But again, in a game like that where you finish 25-26, you need all the bright spots, and my man Luke, he stripped me of that. As we move on to an underpass hardpoint next, we're kind of holding down, trying to break into the hardpoint after a close game here. So we get a couple entry kills here, and then we just back off and let these guys walk into us here. So we're able to get 1, sit back, get a second, a third, and then a guy finally decides to push us, but we put him down. So he's not able to get anything there. And then again, with this gun, you really kind of had to post up a little bit. So here we are, underpass hardpoint still, posted up in the back. We were able to get 1, 2, and then some nice shots there for the third one. So we do end up finishing that one positive. So far we've had 3 positive games, 2 negative games. So really no consistency with this one, finishing 25-19. Going into one of my favorite maps, we got Terminal here. We starting the game off right away with an entry kill. We start cooking a nade as they cap C. And then the kill feed will look nice and pretty as we get a nice quad feed with a nice mix of nades and gun kill. Unfortunately, couldn't get the 5th one there, but we'll take what we can get. Later on in the game, a little bit down, we start off with an entry, get a second, and then absolutely roast the guy. Just get off your belly, bud. What are you doing? Sitting on the ground. So we do end up finishing this game 34-19. So our second 34-19 hardpoint game so far this episode, so we'll see if it's a trend that keeps up moving forward. Skid Row hardpoint, no real highlights in that one, just a standard 24-19 game. We then jump into a scrapyard domination, and this one was a contender for the full gameplay portion of this video. Fortunate start there, getting stabbed, but there were a couple good clips in this map, to be honest, and it was a pretty good performance. So here is one of the highlights. Here we get a nice quad, so that is I think the second or third quad feed that we're able to get on the channel here. We then move on with a nice entry, a second kill, spit on the third, get a reload. Could have been 5, man, could have been 5, but it was just a nice little 4-piece there. Again, we continue. This gun, we were able to put in some good work with it. Missed some shots there, which I found a little unusual, but get some nice headshots there. Slide on down and rip these guys off for, again, another little 4-piece. A little bit more spread out, but, we were able to get it that way. And then the last clip of this game, we get 1, we get 2, hit a quick reload, peek that doorway, the hallway of death, and we're able to get 2 more for a nice little 4-piece. So I mean, so far we've gotten a couple clips, finishing 44 and 19. I mean, geez, maybe 19 deaths is also a trend in this video here, but moving on to Rust Hardpoint gave us a good opportunity to go and try to get the no attachments, the 10 kills with no attachments challenge done for the 3rd camo, and there you go. We went ahead and got it completed, and unfortunately nothing else completed in that game, as we got kind of smoked, going 32 and 38. Jumping into an invasion dom, and this game was painfully boring. We had A and B pretty much the whole game, and they just sat in C and did not really move out, but we were able to get the 50 headshot camo, which was an absolute nightmare to get, finishing 16 and 12. As we move into what will actually end up being the last game of the progression outside of the full game, utilizing those OG routes here, jumping down low, and then we get the nice 2-piece to break the hard point there. So you gotta like those old streaks. Here, unfortunately, you know, you gotta include the highs, you gotta include the lows, and we do end up getting assassinated there. But here we can see we do get the 2 kills without dying 15 times challenge, and then right after that we are able to get the gold camo. I know it says gilded. Maybe at some point I'll actually end up saying it, but and look at that, we finished 34 and 19. So 3 games so far in this episode with 34 and 19 as the kill death ratio. So again, wasn't planned, I promise. Really just kind of happened to turn out that way. So the game that we are going to jump into now for the gameplay portion is a Karachi Dom. And again, it was between a couple games, mostly this one in the scrapyard, but I feel like this one has a little bit more into it. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay as I kind of talk a little bit over it. So let's see, the DM56. What can we say about this gun? Real similar to the MCW 6.8. It reminded me a lot as we get embarrassed by a throwing knife right there, but going back to a 2 to 3 shot kill, it's crazy how much of a difference it plays, especially again having just, I believe, prior to completing this gun, we had just done the MTZ Interceptor, and again that one, if you were able to get a headshot, was a 1-shot kill. So not having the freedom of being able to one-tap people in the head really kind of hindered everything. But again, we kind of move with what we got. Man, it was so easy to miss shots with this gun despite having a pretty good recoil. But I mean, that 2 to 3 shot kill, especially compared to the other ones, really played a difference. When you're shooting a semi-auto gun and the way that the other guns are just absolute beamers, it's really tough to kind of get that 3rd shot, especially from distance. Here we get a nice assassination, and I mean, might as well have to keep watching because we may or may not have another one not lined up for you guys. So that's really what I did not enjoy with the gun. I will say there were a couple pros with it. There were a couple things I did enjoy with it. The first thing was, I think I kind of briefly mentioned it, but there wasn't much recoil with it, so it was kind of easy to control it. So it really shot pretty straight, so it was really just a matter of, you needed to be the one that hit your shots, and then if you didn't, well, you're probably going to die. You'll see staying up in power positions and all that, and I'm really looking forward to start using some regular guns or some less long distance guns, because it really kind of forces you to play those power positions, those long routes, those long angles. This clip made me laugh. We got our buddy Luke trying to go head to head with a riot shield. You're gonna lose that battle every single time. But anyways, yeah, back to the DM56. The recoil was pretty good, so it really fell on you to hit your shots. The gun honestly did pretty quick, and you felt pretty quick moving around the map with it. As I alluded to, we are able to get our second assassination. I don't know, maybe in this game I just was going for assassinations, but that's just kind of how it worked on this game. But anyways, yeah, like the fire rate was really good, and the mobility was really good as well. So like you didn't feel hindered. I don't think I put too many ADS. I don't think I put too many ADS attachments on, if I'm being completely honest. I really just kind of, I loved having a suppressor. I'm a big suppressor guy, but anyways, yeah, like that's really kind of what we had for this gun. Overall, I think it ended up taking us 12 games played. You're gonna start seeing that the number of games increase in the future, just because of the fact that a lot of my double XP tokens were used for these crappier guns. So once we get to the more usable weapons, that may or may not be the first one on the channel so far. So again, man, the chopper gunner really feels nostalgic this year. I don't know if you guys have been able to get one or not, but and if you had played MW2 back in the day, but this one really felt nostalgic when you just were able to line people up. It's a shame from the point of view of someone in the chopper gunner, it's a shame that spawn protection is a thing, but I know that when when the enemy team gets a chopper gunner, you're pretty pleased that there is spawn protection, to say the least. So at the end of the day, like I said, going back to the number of games played, it did take us about 12 games to complete this. So overall, not too bad. Still didn't enjoy the gun all that much, but again, as a whole, wasn't a terrible gun. We are now done all of the marksman rifles, so the next video will be the diamond camos, which you'll hear me talk about in a little bit. So we end up finishing that game with a pretty good score.